So you're thinking about becoming a Canada Border Services Agency officer. It's an awesome career for sure, but let's be real. The path to get there is known for being pretty tough and demanding. A lot of great applicants actually get stuck on the very first hurdle. That's exactly why we've put together this explainer, to demystify the whole process and give you a clear, straightforward guide to help you nail it.
All right, so here's our game plan. We're going to start with that first big step, the OTE. From there, we'll decode the exam, looking at real questions so you can see what you're up against. Then, we'll zoom out and look at the skills they're really testing, talk about what comes after the written test, and finally, get into the big picture of what joining the CBSA is all about. Let's jump in.
Okay, first things first. Every single journey to becoming a CBSA officer starts right here. Before you even think about the physical tests or the interviews, you've got to get through one critical gateway, the Officer Trainee Entrance Exam.
You can think of the OTEE as the gatekeeper. It's a standardized test, and its whole purpose is to see if you have the fundamental smarts and skills needed for the job. You know, passing it isn't just about getting to the next round. It's about proving you've got the baseline abilities to even start the officer development program. So, what does this thing actually look like? Let's walk through some real examples from the official guide. This way, you'll get a first-hand look at the kind of thinking you're going to need. First up, reasoning skills. This is all about your ability to spot patterns and make logical connections. So take a look at this sequence on the screen. 3, 9, 4, 16, 5, 25, 6. What comes next?
The answer is 36. Now the key here is realizing it's not just one simple straight line pattern. Instead, it alternates. You've got a number, and then it's square. See? 3, then 3 squared is 9, 4, then 4 squared is 16. So after 6, the next logical step is 6 squared, which is 36. This really teaches you to look for those more complex, interwoven rules, not just a simple progression.
All right, next is analytical thinking. This is where we move from abstract numbers to real-world situations. It's all about making good judgment calls under pressure. So picture this. You're a BSO, you're on security for the Prime Minister's visit, and a message about a potential threat comes in. How do you prioritize it?
Well, it's got to be urgent and important, right? But the why is what the exam cares about. Urgent means it's time-sensitive. It needs to be dealt with now. Important means it has major consequences. The PM's safety is obviously a massive priority. They want to see if you can quickly figure out what's truly critical versus what's just making a lot of noise.
Now, for a totally different skill, client service orientation. And listen, this isn't just about dealing with the public. It's also about how you work with your own team. So let's say you find some pretty big errors in a report from another unit. What's the best way to handle that?
The most effective response here is B. Contact the other unit to talk about it. This choice really shows the kind of thinking they're looking for. I mean, sure, fixing it yourself seems quick, but it doesn't solve the root problem. And reporting it to your manager, that can just create drama. The best answer is the one that's collaborative, respectful, and fixes the issue at the source.
And finally, writing skills. This is more than just grammar. It's about being precise with your language. You're going to be writing official reports where the exact meaning of a word is absolutely critical. So take a look at this list. Which 2 words have the most similar meaning?
The answer is A. A pistol and a rifle are both types of firearms. The other words are just parts or accessories. It might seem basic, but in a legal document or an operational report, that kind of precision is everything. They need to know you can use language with accuracy. It's a fundamental skill for a border services officer. Okay, so we've walked through some questions. Now let's zoom back out. What are the big fundamental skills that these questions are really trying to measure?
It really boils down to these 4 things: reasoning, analytical thinking, client service, and writing. And you can see how they all connect, right? You need to think logically, analyze a situation, work well with others, and then communicate what you found clearly and accurately. These aren't just topics on a test. They are the absolute pillars of being an effective officer.
But hey, remember what I said at the start. The OTE is just the first step. Once you pass it, you unlock the door to a whole new set of challenges and evaluations.
And this is what that journey looks like. First up, you've got firearms training, both the standard Canadian firearms safety course and the restricted one. Then you have to prove you're physically ready with the pair test. After that, things get a bit more personal. You'll do a psychological evaluation, a full medical exam covering vision, hearing, the works, and the final step is a very thorough security clearance. Each one of these stages is there to make sure you're completely ready for the job.
So, let's talk about the agency itself.
What's it actually like to join the Canada Border Services Agency today?
Well, one of the biggest focuses for the CBSA right now is building a team that actually looks like Canada. And that's not just talk. They've got the data to back it up. For example, in their last report, 46% of applicants who self-identified as a visible minority were selected to move on to the next screening stage. And that number is part of a much bigger strategy. The agency is actively working to make sure its officers reflect the diversity of the country. They're doing things like the Indigenous Candidate Mentorship Program, which, by the way, has seen way higher success rates for the people in it. It's a serious commitment.
And once you're in, the standards are incredibly high. Every single thing you do is guided by the CBSA Code of Conduct. It's less of a rulebook and more like the foundation of your entire professional life, built on integrity, respect, and professionalism every single day.
So let's quickly circle back to the OT and talk results, because this is huge. There are two ways this can go. If you pass, that result is good forever. You pass it once, you're done. But if you're unsuccessful, you have to wait 1 full year before you can try again. A whole year. So the stakes on your first attempt are pretty high, which makes preparation absolutely key.
So we've covered the exam, the skills they're looking for, the whole process, and the principles of the agency itself. The path is laid out. It's challenging, for sure, but it's clear. The only question left is the one you see right now. Are you ready to take that first step?
For free OTE practice test, you can either click the link in the description or simply scan the QR code on the screen.